My name's Debbie Fola, and I work for Myriad Management Group, Inc. during the day, and I teach Pilates here at UNH Rec Center in the evenings. Yep. My name is Debbie Fola, and I work at Myriad Management Group, Inc. in Portsmouth during the day, and I teach Pilates in the evening here at UNH Rec Center. I started teaching Pilates 14 years ago, and I've been here at UNH for about 7 years now. At UNH right now I teach 2 days a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. There's a 4:15 class that is in a classroom, which is generally a smaller class, and a 5:30 class right after that's in Studio 1. The classes are open to all levels. There's a lot of students as well as faculty and community members. The classes range anywhere from 4 people to 50 people, depending on the day and the class, the space, the time of year. I became interested in Pilates actually from my sister-in-law, who had been teaching fitness most of her adult life, and she asked me to come in and try a class, and I loved it, and from there I was hooked, and 14 years later, I'm still teaching it. It builds strength, balance, and flexibility, which carries over into every activity and movement you do during the day. It's a core-based full-body exercise that does energize you. I teach more of a non-traditional style Pilates versus a classical style. And with classical, they stick to the method that Joseph Pilates developed and go in perfect order every class. I do the classical exercises, but I go a little bit beyond. Everything's from the core. We use props, we use magic circles, we use little balls, we use the big stability balls, we'll use the ballet bar, as well as the mat. Pilates is good for a wide range of people, anywhere from dancers and athletes to people just starting an exercise program or people that have been working out for years. I have a lot of seniors in my classes. We do a lot of modifications, so it works for everybody. Usually when at the beginning of every class, I ask if anybody is new to class, and if they raise their hand, I'll just kind of explain what Pilates is, that it's, core strengthening, full body exercise. It's important not to do anything that hurts your neck or your low back, and it's very important that they modify when they need to. A lot of Pilates is focused on the quality of the exercise versus the quantity. So we don't worry about high reps. It's all good form. There are 6 principles of Pilates: concentration, control, centering, flow, breath, and precision. And all of those principles go into every exercise in class. I think when people come new to class, it's more the fear of the unknown rather than the actual class. They don't really know what it is, so they don't know what to expect. Some people think it's going to be yoga. Some people think it's just going to be an ab class. And a lot of men come into the classes and they're surprised what a really good workout is. This past week we've had Bring a Male to Class week, and we've had a couple of men in classes, and they liked it. They got a good workout out of it. Now, the way I teach my classes is rather than singling people out and going around doing individual corrections, which if you go to a Pilates studio, that's what you're going to get. I've found that teaching in a gym atmosphere, people don't like to be singled out, and I don't like that myself. So what I do is I scan the room constantly to see what people are doing incorrectly or what they need help with, and I correct it for the class. So I tell people, listen to all my cues. Every word I say, imagine that it's directed at you. And it really, sometimes they hear me say things over and over, but it does really help. I think the challenge in teaching class is just the different levels of people that are in class, and you really never know until that day who's going to be there. But the benefit is that you have modifications, so I never really have to change my class. I offer more modifications, or in a class that's a little bit more advanced, or people that I've had, for quite a few years, I can have them add different things, even simple things like squeezing muscles and, holding the props a little bit differently just to add to the exercise. A modification is just a different way to do the exercise, so you're going to get the benefit of the exercise and you're going to have good form. For instance, in a roll-up exercise, there's an option where you can bend your knees and come up into a cervical nod, just lifting the head, neck, and shoulders up off the floor rather than coming all the way up into a seated position. Modifications are an important part of Pilates for the people that are not up to the level to do the full exercise. So we want to make the class that it's for everybody based on if they have a neck issue, if they have a back issue. I myself had my appendix out over last summer, and I modified a lot of the exercises getting back into it and came back really fast because of the Pilates core strength. Different exercises are modified, keeping your head on the floor, as an example, or not coming up quite as high as others, using your hands as assistant, just as a couple examples. One of the greatest benefits of Pilates is that it changes you in your everyday life. Your core, when your core is strong, you stand up taller, you can breathe better, you have better energy. You can take that core strength and use it in, horseback riding or snowboarding, skiing. I have people from class all the time saying, oh, I was on my bike and I was engaging my core, thinking about class. Even as simple as driving. People tell me when they're driving, they're doing their Pilates, engaging their abs, in the line at the grocery store. So I think that to have something that can strengthen your body and just change your everyday life and make it for the better. For me personally, I have had issues with neck and low back pain, and over the years I have gotten so much stronger. My neck rarely hurts me, my back rarely hurts me. I'm pretty much able to do everything that I want to do, and feel pretty healthy and lucky, and I owe a lot of it to Pilates. I think what my favorite thing is about Pilates is the progression that people have, and to see how strong they get and to see how determined they are to stick to the exercise. You see results fairly quick, so it's very satisfying for them as well as for me. We always have a good time in class. It's always a good group of people, all ages and levels. Come on in and try it. You'll have a great time.